coolest Hondas ever. Our job as parents is to embarrass the hell out of her. So what do we have here, babe? What happened?
Staying warm. Their outdoor wood boiler.
Woo! Three three-wheelers and a little four-wheeler? Haha, this is gonna be awesome. Just when you think you can't get any sexier, I tell you. Awesome stuff. Have a great day, everyone. Okay, well, we picked up this little beauty here. This here, 1972 Arctic Cat kitty cat. Seen better days. Not too easy to find these. I mean, they prototyped them in 71. This is a 72, like you said, so they only had 50 of them made in 71. So, and this one is number 704, because the 2 tells you it was 72. Pretty cool stuff here. And, well, who knows how long it's been since this thing ran. Little 66, little 60cc two-stroker in here. This is the Kawasaki engine. They went to Suzuki engines not too long after this. But, well, the guy said you could put some ether in there, and he turned it and it started enough. So it's like, okay, at least it'll run, and we'll take it from there. And let's clean this up. Kind of cool. It's almost Christmas. This little kid has been really lucky. We got an incredible deal on this thing. It was $100 with 2 gigantic Tonka toy looking trucks that he's playing with. And it has everything else for it. Pull start, parts and pieces, gas tank, track. You know, it's on there. It's decent. It's not perfect, but it should work for running around here. Just well enough, maybe. I mean, he's going to be on it for maybe 2 years and outgrow it. So he's 2, well, turning 2 this month. So it's going to be just right for him. Back in the day when they made cool, fun stuff for little kids, you know, yeah, it's dangerous. It's got an engine on it. And you know why they don't make these anymore today? Not because they're dangerous, because there's lead in some of the parts for like the solder or whatever, a battery. There's lead in it, so we can't have it for children. That's the stupidest thing ever. But, okay, yeah, I get it. Keeps them safe. You'd think it's because there's a dangerous toy. Nope. Anyway, make sure your kid gets to enjoy life a little bit. Well, overall, what a difference. Amazing what a little bit of pressure washing can do here. So now I'm going to dry this thing out a little bit. Make sure no moisture got into that piston. And get to work. Cool. Now it'll be easier to work on now that it's clean. And I took the seat off because, well, it's not going to last if I blast this thing. Not that much is left to it, but let's see what we can do with that. Woo, boy, this is going to be a cool little present for him. I'm excited, and as a dad, you can understand, because, well, I wanted this as a kid, and, well, I wasn't allowed to have one. So, there you go. There's the answer to it. So, in case you have any question as to how small this snowmobile actually is, well, there's your just standard wagon that it's sitting on. And I can pick this whole thing up myself. So that tells you how much it weighs. It's a perfect little thing to pull it around with. Smaller than you think. Awesome. Okay, well, I have a little spot down here in the dungeon to work on this thing. So, kind of exciting. We're into the beginning of November. His birthday's coming up. Christmas is coming up. All that fun stuff. I don't even know what I'm giving him yet, but this is what we're looking at here. You can see this is an early 72 sled. Let's see what we have. Let's see. There's quite a bit of wear on the sprocket there. I don't know if you could see that, but overall, whatever. I think there's supposed to be an idler pulley, maybe, or gear, whatever you want to call it. Something there. Tighten this up. Probably take the whole motor out and go through it. But overall, the governor stuff is still there. Obviously, no carburetor. Did say there is one. I don't know if it's the right one. The seat. I'm going to take this off for a minute. Because, well, let's take this up and see what we're looking at from underneath. Okay. How does this whole track look? I haven't really been able to check this out too much. Turns good enough. The cogs are in amazing condition. Yeah, those are good. Everything's working, turning. All those turn. Cool. Okay, so the bottom, I'd say that's pretty good. Runners. That's good. That's good. Cool. I don't have to bother with anything on the bottom side. I did notice on the inside of this, there's some fancy hillbilly fixing right here. And you could tell not only were they good at fixing stuff, they were very good at welding too. So, well, it welded, it held it good enough. Whatever. For now, we'll deal with that if it breaks. I just found that funny. And there's some other much better welding, at least right there. Whatever, I'm not worried about it. It's an old kid's toy sled. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to give him this. All right, so this, I don't know whatever went in here. Probably a kill switch, which is my guess as to why this is here. That could be why he said this was the way to kill it. Well, just said hook this wire up and you'll get spark. Cool. So, with this, overall that looks good. This is what came with it. I don't even know what I have yet. I do know it came with this Chinese carburetor. I am not a fan of Chinese carburetors. I've had nothing but problems with these. They're like cheap enough, but I believe the carburetor for this is like $300, $200, whatever. It's not a cheap carburetor for this machine, and I think this will work. He did say we have to possibly slot it to fit it. So yeah, as we're looking, it's off just ever so slightly. So yeah, we'll drill those holes, put it on, give it a whirl. I wonder if this will fit with this bowl. I might have to move some stuff, turn some stuff. Whatever, that's at least that. It's always good when the pull starts in pieces. What is this? Oh! Oh! That's even better than... That's... kind of looks like two carburetors. But I would much rather have this than that. Go figure. Like I said, the carburetor for this is a couple $100. And... now I'll rebuild that instead. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where we get to. Okay, what do we have? A gas tank from an Intech 205, 206. Okay, well, somehow we can fit that, maybe. That's not the end of the world. I don't think we have the right gas tank for this, but we're cleaning this whole place out. There's just stuff everywhere. Let me put this here. No, if I put that there, she'll throw it away. Keep that in mind. She'll throw things away if it's not in the right spot. Better move that. Okay, so this is a pull start from something. That doesn't fit what we have, so we don't necessarily need that. We'll put that down. Down over there for now. This is the pull start cover we need. So we at least have that piece. That's a start with that. Oh, good. That's all. The hell with this gas tank. We don't really care for this one at this point. And it's metal. So very few of these were metal tanks. They switched to a plastic tank very early on. So 25 to 1. Oh, wow. I don't even care how I have to figure out how to mount that. That's probably how. Yay. It's really fun. Like I said, I bought this for $100 with two other really cool toys. It was supposed to be 150. I gave the guy 100 and he's like, oh, that's good. I was thrilled. I'm like, cool. Yay. So, yes, it needs work. It's a project. I'm hoping this is what I think it is. Might not go that way. It might go the other way. It should go. Yeah, probably goes somehow on there to keep my kids' fingers and feet from getting stuck in there. Cool. That looks painful. Here's that gas tank strap kit. No idea what this mounts to, but I'm sure... Ooh, I'm going to go with those 2 holes in the top. Probably like that. Possibly like that. Yeah, I kind of like that better. Whatever it is that's high enough to keep it above the carburetor. Well, that just got a whole lot easier to figure out. Ew. Goopy black tar in there. Change that. Number one thing you want to do is make sure that your hoses are good. If you can bend them, if they crack and snap and break, hose is cheap. And this is the number one cause of fires and problems or bad fuel lines. Change those right out. Oh, I was so hoping this was here. I should clean this. Wow. Yay! When you buy something and you don't really know what you're buying, you're just kind of gambling that it's going to be sufficient enough to make a machine. Okay, most of the parts are here. Oh, nope, not most. They're all here. It's just got to be put back together. And it has the original carburetor and this. This dude is awesome, man. Wow, this deal just got so much better. The fact this stupid gas tank is probably... Okay, it needs a petcock. Probably sitting here if I look hard enough. That's the... Man. Oh, well, those are paws for a pull start. At least this guy was very organized. I will give him that. What a really cool guy. They go in here. Somehow have to wrap all this. Alright. I've dealt with worse, I think. I am so excited that those parts are here. Wow. Gas tank, we don't need that. Came with some new carburetor, but it also came with a bag of carburetor. So, I wonder what this is supposed to look like. And if any of you are aware or familiar with these, you know that a carburetor for this is like 250 bucks. So we don't have to buy one of those. Luckily, this is probably a $20 carburetor. I guess the guy was hoping this would work. I'm going to try to get this one working, and I'm pretty good at figuring carburetors out. Today, yeah, this will be on another video. Let's see if we can get this one going. But today, I'm going to try to put this together. This is the pull start. Let's see what it is. Oh, there's the spring. That's always awesome. And the most important thing is that the tips are there. So that bend is there, and that bend is there. Usually what happens is they snap off, and that really messes them up. So because those are there, I should be able to wind this and fix this. If I can, well, that's the next most valuable part. The carburetor and the pull start. And, well, the track is good. And everything else seems pretty good. Oh, the gas tank would be pretty valuable, I guess. Everything's plastic. Only 72 had a metal one, so that's really cool to have that. Have to figure that out. I wonder if that's in here. I don't know. I want to dig through this. It's just a whole bunch of nuts and bolts and carburetor. Cool. So let me go see if I can put this together. I'm curious. What are you doing? What are you doing there, bud?
Tools.
Yeah, what is that? That's pull start? You know what the best thing is? You don't even know what that pull start's for, do you? Doesn't matter. It's a pull start, right? You're fixing it? That is just the best thing ever. Right? Yeah! Well, one thing that's real easy to do, the spark plug boot. And I don't know why they took this off, but it has some threads inside of here. Let's see if I can show you that. Clean it up, and that's basically a screw. They had this wire out. But if you take and fold the wire over, and then just screw this sucker in there, should make contact, be good to go. So we can fix that. Okay, while working on our 1972 Arctic Cat Kitty Cat, we managed to get our pull start going here and put some stuff together on our engine. Now to move on to the next thing. The bag of carburetor that came with it. I love that. What a term. Bag of carburetor. Wonder what all this... Well, I know what it does, but I wonder how all this goes together. So, let's see here. The guy bought a cheap aftermarket, whatever, Chinese carburetor. I am not a fan of Chinese carburetors at all. They're always just very defective and poor quality. They're not, maybe not defective, but they're very poor quality. This could be hacked and put on there, but I would much rather try to fix this old original carb. So I'm going to take this and clean it all up and see what I can do here. Get this together. So follow along and see if we can save this carb. Now, this is like a $250 carburetor for this, old little snowmobile. It kind of totals out almost all of these, and yeah, they're worth some money, but if you have to spend $250 on a carburetor, it puts a big dent in the fun. All right, well, again, boy, he doesn't even know what we're working on here. Screwdriver, okay, he's got that. What's so funny, Mom?
He's just so cute.
You have both of them? Oh, a littler one? Okay. Yeah, we're fixing this. So, managed to clean out that through there, right? Don't be careful, be careful. We can't fix this, bud. Now, I noticed something really neat with this carburetor. This thing here, when you push that down, it pushes this little piece right here. So what that's going to do is cause the float to drop. And when the float drops, a little extra gas is going to flow through that and be able to flood the engine. So I guess you give it a shot or two of that. It gives a little extra pop and helps you start the machine. Kind of neat. I've never seen that in a carburetor before, and neat little touch. Is probably one of the reasons this thing is so ridiculously expensive. But, well, we're moving along. Now this thing, I think we're going to have to make these and produce them. So, I don't know. I can't find a gasket kit for this anywhere or any other pieces, so I kind of have something special here. Well, at least he's trying, right? It's the only way you're ever going to figure out how this works is by trying things. So the first thing we're going to do is, now that we have this pretty much cleaned up, we're going to put the needle, luckily we had that sucker, in here, and then we're going to put this back together with the float. So I drop this in there, I get this kind of out of there, so that's in there. This goes that way, if you're wondering which way that would go. Hey, out of there, you can't be grinding into that. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. And we want to make sure, as we look in there, that that needle will go up and down. Okay, there it goes, it moved. We want to make sure that it doesn't hang up. If it hangs up, then it's not going to work right. And it's dropping down completely. Perfect. And the float, what a fancy little float. So that's going to sit right on there, ride up and down. And then if you hit this little magic button here, it'll push that whole thing down. And it's hard to see. Okay. Pretty sure you're going to need a power drill whenever you're doing carburetor work. Right, bud? You helping me fix this thing?
Big.
Big? Where's that go? You think? I have a feeling that might go here and through here, and we put those screws in there. I think that's where they go. Does it have a washer on it? Because this one here has a big washer on it. Let's see, what am I looking at? This one has a big washer. I bet you that screw is supposed to have a big washer. And it probably isn't supposed to go there. Yeah, that's right. Okay. My little helper. I love that he has no idea what he's working on, but he loves it. Well, we did pretty good. Carburetor's back together. Everything is here. Everything that I needed. This is working. Everything's working on it beautifully. It's kind of sad they gave up as quick as they did.
Back.
Yes, he's been helping me the whole time. He's got his tools here. And, well, we have that. These couple nuts and washers go to mount it together. These, I think, hold plastics on. That's probably something to do with a throttle cable or choke. I don't even know. And, let's go put this thing together. I'm curious to see if this works. Okay, well, back to it down here. We have our bag of carburetor. Put this spacer in. Intake gasket there. We have our lever off of our governor. carburetor should go right on there. I think I'll have to make a piece for this little wire. Keep that out of the way in the meantime. And it has a separate kill switch as opposed to the one that should be here. Hey, as long as it works, good enough for me. I have a feeling the only problem I have on this whole sled is going to be the idler that I need to make here. I looked something up, short of maybe mounting the engine better or tightening up the bolts. Cool. Wow, that's really neat. This kid's going to be so thrilled.
Belt dressing?
Okay, so one cool thing doing all this, make sure your hoses are in good condition. If they're dry and brittle, they're going to crack, break, leak gas, and catch on fire and burn down your treasure. Another thing, if you look at this goopy thing, well, change these out. So a couple years ago, my wife got me, I think, a dozen of these for Christmas. Coolest thing ever, and I know exactly where they are. I have a whole bunch of brand new gas filters ready to go, all because of that. So tell your wives, perfect Christmas present is stupid gas filters. I mean, come on, that and like zip ties, you're gonna win, or duct tape too. Best things you could ever get. Oh man, oh man. Well, pole starts on. She pulls over. And carburetor's on. We're moving along pretty well here. Interesting thing is we have no brake controls at all. So the stuff is here for it, and there's supposed to be a band going around the clutch. I'm curious to see how fast this thing is actually going to go and how much this moves and if it really needs a brake in the first place. Yeah. Knowing boys, I don't know if they're going to use a brake at 2 miles an hour in the first place, but we'll see. We may need it just to keep it from moving. I don't know. I'll have to check into that and see how hard it's going to be to adapt a brake. I should probably put a brake of some sort on here. But otherwise, it's coming along and coming together pretty fast. I'm excited. I want to kind of put some fuel in it and go. I have to tighten spark plug up, put this on, and very little more. Wow. Wow. So as we move along, if you look in here, we hit the throttle, carburetor's on there, fuel line's in there. All we have to do is hook the gas tank up, tinker a little bit more, fix our seat, and man, we're almost ready for Christmas here. This is going to be one happy little kid, I tell you. Get some decals for it, clean it all up. I have a little trick here. I'll show you what to do to how to polish up this aluminum and make it look really nice. You can see it's a little flaky and corroded. Awesome little tricks. Same with this little bit of rust here. I can take most of this off. I won't be able to save all this. It might be too far gone. Maybe we'll take it down and just paint it and call it a day. Then he has that. Either way, I can clean that up a lot. But hey, that's one more thing done. The carburetor is now up and done. And nice how that comes right off, right? That's part of the mystery bag of bolts and nuts and screws. Same with this side cover. I'm just thrilled that they're there. So now I have this. I have the clutch. Everything's in. Everything's tight. Woo! All right, let's keep moving. Follow along. Like and subscribe. I can't wait to give it to this. I can't wait to give this to my son. I mean, this is going to be under the Christmas tree. He's going to be thrilled to death to get this. And oh, what a perfect gift for a kid. Polishing everything up. Cleaning it all up. This old nice metal gas tank. Only year they had it was 72. Just cleaning up some of this rust a little bit. Making it look a little nicer. On to the rest of it. Not much more to go here. But what I do need to work on... Okay, as we're polishing away here, what we're doing, cleaning up the aluminum now. So one of the tricks that you can use is, I have a couple polishes, I'll show you that later. But if you take steel wool, really fine steel wool, now I'm like in love with this stuff. This stuff is amazing. I use it all the time on various things. It's the super fine quadruple zero. Now if you look right here, I did the spot a little bit. It's a little shiny, but Let's see if we can find a good dull spot. Right there, maybe. Oh. And that was like 2 seconds showing you on camera. So you can see that takes away the quick oxidation, and then we'll go over it with some polishes, and that'll make this look really nice really quickly. So let's start from that to that. And I'm gonna do the whole tunnel and clean this thing up. We did manage to score a seat, or seat cover, so we can fix this and get this thing back together. Only short period of time left to go before Christmas, so I want this thing under the tree. That's the goal. Okay, you can see how shiny and nice that is just from polishing for a few short minutes around the bar. And the tunnel here. Now, if you come to this side, you can see it's still all dirty and dull. Get you a good shot of the back. And you can see I did just this top edge while cleaning it because the seat's going to come there. But now I'm going to start this back. And what a difference between that shine and that. Well, it's been a couple days since I got to work on this thing, and it's snowing out, so I figured I'd take advantage of that right now. One of the problems we have on this machine is this seat has seen better days, and it's on its last leg. So I was lucky enough, through one of the groups on Facebook, to score another seat cover. So we got an original, and it has the little Arctic Cat guys on the side of it. So kind of cool to have that. I mean, there's plenty of people making a couple reproductions that are out there. They don't have that, and that's kind of a neat little thing, I guess. Overall, it should be pretty simple to pull this off, slip that on, and that's going to really be a big detail on this. Small price to pay to finish this one up. Oh man, what a difference that made. Yeah. I polished up this a lot, the tunnel. Man. It's got a shine to her now. To order some decals for this. It's about all it needs. Polish up a couple things, hook up the brake and the decals, take it out with some gas in it and see what it'll do. We're just doing some final checks here. It's about 10:30 at night, Christmas Eve. Santa's about to get ready to make a delivery. And, well, she's ready to go. This thing is all cleaned up and set, and oh, this kid is going to be thrilled. Not perfect, but absolutely perfect, especially for a little boy to go beating on. Oh, 1972. First year.
Christmas 2022.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas.
Guess who came last night?
Santa. Is that the milk and the cookies?
That was from
Yes.
Santa, yeah. You left that for him.
Okay. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, sweetheart. All right.
Who would have thought that's what he would go to?
Right? Let's pan over and see what he's looking at.
What else, bud? Did you see what Santa brought?
He brought the presents.
Under the tree.
You have to look.
What's that? Oh, what is it? Get it out? Oh, okay. What is this? The snowmobile.
Just for you.
Oh, there's the sound right there. On to the pull start.
It's running?
Something tells me that Santa really likes you.
Sissy got iced coffee machine for her dorm. What do you think, Sissy? Do you like it? What? I love it. I said, yeah. Oh, sure, of course. Yeah? Ride it for a minute. Ride it for a minute, buddy. Okay. All right, Mommy, get on there too.
Get on there too. Mom, get on there too. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right, take me for a ride. Okay, I better hold on tight.
Hey, you guys. Meat Man.
That's a Santa.
Yeah?
That's a tit.
What goes in there?
Yes, son.
Rock it down. Rock it down. Rock it down. Rock it down. Rock it down.
You gotta hold on, bud. Push this down like this, then go down with it. It goes over that and clamps. There you go. Revved. Nuts. Well, that's a start. It's alive. Womp womp womp. Well, we got that fun mobile, as my son likes to call it, running. The only problem is
Hang on, Dad.
it'll rev up on its own, and when you hit the gas, it dies out. Now, it's not a carburetor issue at this point on this one. What it is, the crank seals are bad, so it's drawing air in through the side of the crankshaft and leaning out the engine and making it rev to where when you hit the gas, it bogs it down and slows it down. So it kind of runs in reverse of what it should. That's how you can tell what the problem is. The sad thing is, in order to fix it, you have to tear it all down to,
You want
nothing.
it in the video.
Okay, cool. Well, here, you keep filming. I want to see if it'll start right up for us. And you can hear that it does run, and it runs really well. And it's cold right now. I haven't started it in quite some time. I think it'll start. Huh. Okay. Well, maybe it won't start right up for us. Of course, it's because I'm probably trying to start it for you. Or
Maybe. So what it's doing, if this is the normal situation,
These seals around the crankshaft are worn out and they're rubber, so they're drawing air through the side of that and making it run lean. That's basically the gist of what's happening. Hence why it's revving on its own, and when you hit the gas, it bogs. It does seem like it would work if you tune it, but it doesn't. So that's the problem. That's where we're at. So follow along, and we'll rip this whole thing apart over the summer. Get it ready for next year. We kind of had a disappointing winter. We had 2 inches of snow the whole winter anyway here. Hopefully next winter makes up for it. Yeah, Daddy fired it up. So at least it's up and running, and it does run well. Engine's good. It just needs to have these $20 rubber seals fixed, which that makes for another video. So like, subscribe, follow along. Daddy fired up. Anyway.
Here, darling.
Thank you.